So that if I want to put a comb on there, it will just hang in there, and the same the other side. So you can hang the comb in there out the way, and you haven't got to put it on the floor.
Or you can use those things that you were talking about, little gripper things, and
Yeah,
then
you can
go
get
on the
grippers,
side.
and you can get things that hang off your hive. A crown board, different from the roof. Okay. I don't particularly like these. I like these.
I like those.
We are making the cut, it will say in the book. What it means is you put your hive tool in there and you crack it. Okay. When it's really going in the summer, they will glue that down, and you'll have to really crack it round. You might have to do it in a couple
And
places
you
just
don't
to
want
get
to
it up.
damage the top edge of your timber, which is
No.
usually cedar or some other nice soft wood. And you do not want to make holes in it, because as soon as you do that, you'll get wasps and things going in trying to kill your bees.
So the first thing you do, you put the top down.
So you're letting the bees think about that for a bit. We also use a lighting board. Now, as you can see, we've run out of proper smarter lighting boards some years ago, so anything will do. The best material is, what is it, Kev?
If you can get the coated ply, you know, the sort of stuff.
Marine
That sort of,
ply,
yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
it.
that
These
will
are-
stand. I mean, these have been around for years, and they all want throwing away and starting again.
Yeah,
Marine board.
Marine
Yes,
ply, yeah.
yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
a really good quality ply, because some of the places like Tippers sell the worst quality plywood in the world.
First thing we're going to
You're
do
better off with Sterling board.
is have a look on here and make sure there isn't a queen. Okay. So the first thing you want to do, because if you've got the queen on there, now you put that out, you've just thrown her out your hive. So just make sure that she's not on there. There's no queen on there. They're all just worker bees.
Hand that round so everybody can have a look at a few worker bees.
There you go. So they're all just workers. Okay.
Yeah.
All the same, all uniform. Okay, so then we're going to go and put them back in. You can just put them down and then pick them back up again, but if you put them back in, you know where they are. You're not going to do any damage.
Then you wait a minute. When you smoke it like that, you wait for the bees to go down out the way with the smoke, and they all will.
Now this is a national box, and it's 46 centimetres square, or 18 and a bit inches, whatever that is. So it's square is the point. That is a follower board or dummy board, and basically what it's saying is that is the end of where you can build your comb. If it gets very congested, they will fill it up anyway, but in the norm they will stick to the combs that you've got there. So you've got a follower board, and we can put it down in there. The way that the combs are going is cold ways. We always work cold ways.
That's
And that
back to
means
front with the
that's
frames.
back to front. If we turn the box through 90 degrees, that's warm ways. It makes a difference in as much that when you're moving things about, if you consider that the shape of the actual thing itself, if you
Nest.
think of a rugby ball, that's the nest, and it will be like that way on. If you go that way, the rugby ball's sitting that way, and it makes a difference to the honey arch over the top that they want to feed from. So whichever way you choose, stick to it so that you always do it. We always tend to work from the sides. Some people like to work from the back, so if they do it cold ways, they work from the back, and that's the way they do it. We always work, because we've got two
One of
on
the
a stand.
reasons in the winter that becomes more important is because if you think about rugby ball, when they put the food into that box ready for the winter, they tend to put it at the two ends of the rugby ball. When it's this way round and the rugby ball is going front to back, they tend to put it behind the rugby ball, so they've only got one place for the food that they go to. so they tend to never suffer from isolation starvation. Whereas if it's warm ways and they go and eat one side, then it goes really cold, they can't move. They can't move because it's too cold.
They can't break
to get across.
the actual
So
cluster.
they can't go across the hive to where there's plenty of food, but they can't get to it because of the cold. Whereas if it's all at the back, they just go to the back and that's where all the food is. Which
So-
is why we like the cold ways.
We've got 10 frames and we've got spacers. We do that because that is bee space. They will accept that. We use a frame that's the same. I'll show you in a minute. That's the same all the way around. There are different types of frames. There is another frame called a Hoffman frame that's got pointy bits on it and a flat bit. So the pointy bit goes to a flat bit all the way up. They do not maintain their integrity of bee space, and then you end up with a mess.
Having said that, they are the most popular frame in Great Britain, and all the manufacturers make mostly Hoffman frames. We will buy Hoffman frames, but we always put the clips on as well, so that we know that we've got the same space between them.
When we talk about brace comb, that's brace comb. There's very little in here. It's just the bits that go across there where they've just, for some reason, filled it up. We've got a standard,
Talking too long.
a standard brood box and a super. When we started the year last year, which was September, because that's when you start your year, you feed your bees to make sure you've got them in the spring. That is a super, which means over, and it was then put on there for them to fill up with food, and then we took it from there and put it underneath them so that they could move the food up and round them, and then and it also keeps them up that little bit warmer because the warm air's up in the actual top.
And just a barrier between the worst of the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, this year was a horrible winter for an east wind, and being up above it just
gonna move
helped
that
us
out.
a bit.
You'll probably see better if you just come round this way now. So use the leverage of the tool, and then you've already taken that dummy board out, so you've got a little bit of space, so you can bring that out. So you bring it away and lift it up nice and gently, then you can turn it up and have a look, and if you look in there, look, there's nectar. You see it glistening?
Yeah.
So you've got all worker bees, there's nothing else, there's no drones, they're just worker bees, and they've actually got some nectar from somewhere and put it in there, because that's all, basically it's honey.
Which is quite remarkable with temperatures as cold as this. They're
Yeah.
already out there getting it.
Quite a dark comb. At some point, when it gets a little bit darker, we will swap that and put foundation in for them to make new comb, because
We'll
old
talk
comb
to you about that
can
when
be
we're
dirtier,
making
so we
frames
change it.
with you about how we make
if you look at that one there, look, she's got pollen on her,
Yeah.
just on her legs, so she's already been out and got pollen. And then we put it back as we found it, but we pull it back to there. Same again, nice and gentle. Have a look at the comb, have a look at the bees. When you look, don't just look at them. You find a habit that works for you, whether you go up and down like that or round and round like that, whatever it is, to make it work. And you're looking for the unusual. You're looking for
If you think it looks odd or wrong, it usually is.
it usually is. The reason they were all there was because
Because
they've
you'll
got
be
some nectar
familiar
there.
with what's correct. You'll always know what's right.
And if we look in there, on those bits, you can see the pollen in the bottom of the cups. Okay,
Yeah.
so you got pollen.
Did
You
see
see
that,
the
Paul?
yellow
Yeah.
pollen there. Okay. Just give another puff of smoke, then I'll put this one back in, Kathy.
Lots of bees in here.
Now we're coming into something completely different. We've got some, what you'll normally find is this food, this pollen, and now we've got brood, and it's biscuit colour, it's flat, it's healthy, and if you look around you will see,
Tip it towards your mum, Kev, so
Larva.
you can get a picture of it.
so you can see the white grubs,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
larva, Yeah.
Now, can everybody see that? Because that's really important that you take note
Okay.
of that. The larvae,
So this is a
and
healthy colony.
larvae
Yeah.
is what you're looking
Oh,
for.
I see in the bottom.
Yeah, you see
Yeah.
all the grubs there.
So when you hear about beekeepers doing inspections, that's what they're inspecting for,
Yeah.
healthy brood and healthy larvae.
There are no eggs in here at the minute. Oh, there is one or two, but not enough for you to be able to say, oh look, that's eggs.
Okay, we'll try and find you a patch
And we've
of
got
eggs.
brood on that side as well. And if you use the back of your hand very gently, you can move the bees to have a look. But,
So are these, excuse me, are these honey cells back to back?
yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
There's a midrib that we use
We'll show you.
artificially made foundation, which we'll
Yeah.
show you.
pop
We're
that
going to
back
have
in.
you making frames up next week, so you'll understand the construction of it. But the bees work from the midrib both sides. They slope slightly downwards. Sorry, Kev. Would
All
you
right.
like to give that to Rodney? He'll be your smoker.
No, it's all right.
So you've been stung yet, Kevin?
No. When you're smoking, you don't want to go like that, because you wouldn't like that in your face yourself, would you? But if you're just very gentle and you just like squeezing toothpaste, and that's it. If it's very windy, you've got to be a little bit more. Okay.
I did very well. I got one flew into my hair and I just removed it very gently. If you don't panic with bees, you're always better off. Panicking with bees will always get you stung.
Just trying to find a patch of eggs. This is all just brood.
At this time of year, the egg will be generally on his own because there isn't a lot out there nectar-wise. So the bees aren't making very much bee milk.
Right.
They're no different to a cow making milk or a sheep or anything else. If you see white
If
dots
you
in the
look
bottom,
in that bottom
they're well fed.
area,
But these won't be
right
well fed
down in the
because of
bottom, there's a
season of the
little
year.
white, looks like a lettuce seed. Tell me if you can see it. Quite difficult.
Oh, I can see the grubs in this.
Yeah, but just at the bottom there, there are actually
Oh,
eggs that are lying down.
Mm.
So if you can, right down in the bottom of the cell, and they're lying down.
Oh,
So they're going to be 2 to 3 days old when they were laid. When they're first laying, they're standing up, and over 2 to 3 days they lie down, right down in the bottom of the cells, just round there. Did take a bit of spotting, and your veil isn't